Hey everybody, it's Marcus from Marcus Brown Performance and the owner of Dad Strength. Make sure you get your premium headwear at officialdadstrength.com. Today I just wanted to talk about the ban, but not about whether or not the sleeves should be banned or not. I don't really care about that. I care more about the idea of the effect of it off the platform. So let's talk about that. Okay, so we know powerlifting can get expensive. You gotta buy a belt, you gotta buy a singlet, t-shirt, socks, shoes, whatever you need to buy, as well as pay for your membership and pay for the meet, right? We understand that, it's pretty simple. If we're talking about growing the sport of powerlifting, I think most people, when they come into the sport, they learn that. But the problem is when they come into the sport, they expect that their investments will last them a long time. And the issue is that the IPF did not take in consideration is the person that can't afford to just buy a new pair of sleeves. I heard this over and over, that people just say, just get stronger. That is an elitist statement. And I don't think you understand fully on how money works. It's not about just get stronger. I think everybody's working on getting stronger. It's in powerlifting. That's literally the goal. The problem is that they bought this equipment with the expectation of using it for a year, 2 years, 3 years. I know people that still use sleeves from 2015. That's 10 years. They want long-term use of that product. Now, when you look at guys that are at the top of the sport, the 900 kilo total guys, the guys with 600 dot scores, 580, 560, those guys are not affected because they're sponsored, because they have corporation deals where they get free equipment. They get their meets paid for, their memberships paid for. Right? Or something is accommodated for them. They're not affected. But the guy who's 45 that said, hey, I just turned 45, I'm having a midlife crisis, I want to try powerlifting now to go get a medal. That guy is not going to deal with it the same way as a top lifter is. This 16-year-old who saves his money to go buy a pair of stiff sleeves and then trains with them, and then 2 weeks before his meet he hears, oh, you can't use it anymore after the next 4 months. Yo, that's not how this works, right? And also, let's talk about the growth of this sport, which I'm going to make a video on in the future. If I'm joining a powerlifting federation and they make a decision like that, that's just no discussion on it, no public information given prior for people to talk and argue the decision, I don't want to be in that sport. I'm deterred from continuing. And that's the issue on why, or one of the issues on why powerlifting is a niche sport. It's a niche sport because we allow it to be. We make it that way. When you have people getting into the sport excited, you got to keep them in it. You can't make decisions that are brash like that, because you're killing the everyday person in powerlifting from continuing because they financially can't afford it. These sleeves are not cheap. $75, $100, $125. Especially when you're talking about stiff sleeves. They're expensive. All the equipment is, but that's not the point. The point is that people make long-term decisions with buying equipment. And the people that don't understand that are bad for the sport and holding it back. So the leaders in Powerlifting America and IPF, if you really care about powerlifting, a decision like this you would have understood is too brash, is too quick, and it needs to be discussed and explained prior to anything. And for you to make it also the day after Nationals was a bold and wild move. I looked at it as something that was an insult to my intelligence and my fellow, colleagues in the sport of powerlifting, or in the IPF, or in powerlifting America, an insult to their intelligence. But I mostly looked at it from the standpoint of, how are people going to continue to afford this sport if these type of actions can happen and are allowed to happen? But that's just my thoughts. Leave a comment on what you think. If you have a different opinion than me, I'm more than open to discussing it. But thanks for watching the video. Every Thursday I'm posting videos at 12 p.m. So make sure you check those out in the future. But I'll keep posting them. Like I said, thanks for watching. Peace.